Started day 2, and yeah, we have more theme park mark weather. It's about a 2-hour drive from here to Adventureland. I'm about 112 miles away, just north on I-35, which is where I stopped at last night. Clear Lake, I think the name of the town is. And the weather should be clearing up at Adventureland, at least in the forecast anyway. So we shall see anyway, but yeah, it's a thunderstorm to start the day. These clouds are getting a little dangerous and low. Do clouds this low produce tornadoes? I don't know. I think I watched Twister and Twisters, those movies, a little too much. But still, can't help but be nervous. About 55 miles from Adventureland. Weather should clear up, like I said. I'm not a meteorologist, but yeah, I can't help but be nervous right now. But yeah, should be all right. I just made a quick stop at Panera for a little bit, waiting for the storm to clear out in the area. While sitting in Panera, enjoying a meal. What song came on? Oh, not Volbeat that's playing right now. One Headlight, Wallflowers, of course. Saw them in concert last night at Arnold's Park. Anyway, it's about 11 o'clock. The park opened at 10, but yeah, as you saw earlier, the weather was pretty bad, so I was just waiting for the storm to clear out. Had a little chill out in Panera, and all set and good to go. So I'm about 10 miles away from Adventureland, so gonna head there right now. Sea Monster, Adventureland. Welcome to Disneyland, Iowa. Adventureland. Asked if I wanted a map of the park. I've been here once. Kind of know my way around, ish. It's not too big of a park. But yeah, I can see how a map might be needed for a first time. Find your way to whatever ride you want to ride. Doesn't look too busy right now anyway. Hopefully it keeps the lines pretty short. Let's see. Instead of going all the way down, I know the entrance is over here. So we will opt for a poultry. Alright, let's head on in. Hey guys, Theme Park Mark here. Just parked at the third park on this big 2-week trip, and that is Adventureland in Iowa. This is day 2. I'm here about an hour late because the weather this time. Just waiting for a storm to clear out, but it looks like it has for the most part. There is some more rain in the forecast kind of throughout the day, so I'll just kind of work around those storms anyway. This is my second visit to the park. It's a really nice park, and I enjoyed many of the rides here, including Monster and Tornado. I remember being very good. There was also one coaster that I did not ride last time that's called Underground, so I'm hoping that is open today because that will be brand new for me. Just hoping to have a good day here. Not planning on going to any other parks today. It's just this park. I do have to drive up to Minneapolis at the end of the day. So I might leave a little bit early for that drive, but for now, just plan on staying here at Adventureland, and happy to take you guys along with me for the ride as always. Let's giddy up. Adventureland. We call it Disneyland, Iowa on the way in, and you'll see why in a second if you don't know already. But yeah, I'm gonna head on into the entrance here. Really doesn't look to be too crowded. About the same crowd size as it was last time I was here. I remember the wait times weren't too bad at all. It's just I was dodging rainstorms that day all day too. These weird misting storms would come in every hour or so to shut everything down. Hopefully it doesn't happen again today, but we'll see. Does this look familiar? Your attention, please. Welcome to Disneyland, Iowa. Well, the sign's missing. It normally says, what is it? Here you leave today and into the world of tomorrow. yesterday and fancy. Alright, and we're in. This main plaza, main street area. Reminds me of some place. I can't put my finger on it. I think it has something to do with California, maybe. I don't know. You guys, please tell me. I just walked down Main Street, USA. And there's a wave swinger right away, which I'll probably have a ride on a little bit. I know the rain's coming in pretty soon here, so I'm gonna ride that. First monster, I'll get a few rides on that and start checking out the rest of the park. Fire Runner was great yesterday, but I think this is still the best coaster in the state of Iowa. Scrambler Infinity Coaster called Monster. Just saw it running a second ago, so I'm gonna have a ride or two on this. We'll see what the weather's like, and maybe I can sneak in a ride on Tornado, which is also over here on this side of the park. monster. I don't think that girl next to me enjoyed it. Yeah, just all kind of expletives throughout the ride. And yeah, she did not enjoy it, but I was enjoying every second of it. What an amazing ride. Scrambler Infinity Coaster, monster. I waited about 10 minutes, so I think I'm gonna go around again for another ride on this beast. Second front row ride on Monster, and I love it, absolutely love it. The hang time is just amazing, very smooth, very comfortable. It's just the lap bar restraints. Of course, everybody else, everybody has hands up on this one. On my train, everybody was hands down, holding on for dear life, except for me, of course. Yeah, I definitely need to get more rides on this in a bit. Also, while I was in line, had some little entertainment there. I wish I caught it on camera, but a lady, they're about to go up the vertical lift hill. Lady was like, "I'm gonna pee myself." That cracked me up, and she was yelling throughout the entire ride. Yeah, this, I can see how it would be scary for a lot of people, especially the vertical lift hill. I remember I was actually very nervous the first time I went up a vertical lift, which I think was, I want to say Fahrenheit at Hershey Park. Yeah, it can be a little bit terrifying. Hang time at Knott's Berry Farm also has a vertical lift. I've gotten a lot more used to it now, so not a big deal to me. Yeah, definitely gonna come back for more rides on this, but I think up next, there's a tornado warning. Not a real one. I'm gonna ride the coaster tornado. That's next. This is a William Cobb designed wooden coaster, Tornado, 1978. And it is very good from what I remember, and I hope he's still there, but there was a ride-off here last time. It was just yelling out, "Tornado! Tornado!" at the beginning of every single dispatch throughout the entire day. I had 2 rides on it. One when I first got here, the other about 6 hours later. He was still at it. And yes, I do see him. There he is. He is a legend. Let's see if I can capture that. Yeah, let's have a ride on Tornado. 2 on Tornado, which I think is probably the most comfortable row on the entire train. Non-wheel seat right up front. Yeah, really good ride. Very good airtime on it. And very smooth, comfortable, and that guy is an absolute legend, the ride up. How is he always here? Every time I'm here, he's here. Crazy. I'm gonna have another ride on Monster, and then I'll probably ride this Windseeker right here. Before probably having another ride on Tornado, and then finally moving on to the rest of the park. Back row outer seat ride on Monster. Yeah, that's probably the best seat on the ride. Amazing hang time. Although you do feel it pretty much every seat. Yeah, it's 2 train operations. So the wait was probably about 15 minutes. Not bad at all. Loving the operations here, at least on this ride. And even Tornado as well. Even though it's on one train, they're still doing a good job getting the trains out very quickly. I'm definitely going to have 1 or 2 more rides on this in a little bit, but I'm going to start checking out the rest of the park, starting with this ride, this Windseeker-like ride here. Don't know what it's called, but I'll ride on this next. It's called Storm Chaser, so I guess it took the name from the RMC that is at Kentucky Kingdom, which was called Storm Chaser and is now Wind Chaser. Let's have a ride on this, whatever it's called. And we get live music with this ride too. Love it. So that was the Storm Chaser, which I think should be called Wind Chaser, except on a day like this where it does look a little bit stormy. Yeah, I mean, I'll ride any coaster out there, but these sort of rides still frighten me a bit. Not the best with heights. Certainly not the worst with heights, but I'm not the best either. But yeah, I'll still try it. I'm gonna go back to Tornado. I need to settle down after that. So let's have a good fun ride on Tornado. So I got a mid-train ride there on Tornado. Not sure what row, but it was an over-wheel seat, so I knew it was going to be a little bit bumpier, which it was, but it wasn't too bad at all. And certainly much better than the Tornado at Stricker's Grove, especially this part right here. Yeah, much smoother than that anyway. I'm going to continue on to, I think Underground will be next. I'll go take a look at the SNS free spin, which I did ride last time. I don't particularly care for those, so I'll probably skip it, especially if there's a little bit of a wait for it. I'll at least take a quick look at it and then move on to Underground. So here's an SNS free spin called Dragon Slayer. There's Tornado. This is probably the best themed SNS free spin, but yeah, I'm not a fan of these at all. I rode both sides last time too. I didn't really feel much of a difference between the two. It was just flipping, yay, we're done. Not the biggest fan of these by far, and there's a little bit of a wait for about 10 minutes, which is still longer than I'd want to wait anyway. I'm gonna continue on. There's a new credit for me to get called Underground. I'm gonna go check it out and see if it is open. So head that way. All right, time for CCI, Custom Coasters International, Underground. Don't know much about it, but if it's CCI, it's going to be a wooden coaster, probably indoors. A brand new credit for me. This was closed my entire visit last time. So let's have a ride. Come on, everybody! Yeah! No! Get going! Hey, Daniel, oh, yeah! underground CCI indoor coaster, I guess. Yeah, very similar to Blazing Fury at Dollywood, Fire in the Hole at Silver Dollar City. Yeah, just more twists and turns and I think fewer scenes. It wasn't bad at all. I think it's probably like a once a visit type ride for me anyway, unlike this one. So there's actually 3 more coasters to ride here at this park, and I think I'll ride all of them. Just gonna take a quick break first, and then I'll continue on with the next coaster, which I think is the Vekoma Junior coaster that had just opened up the last time I was here, called Flying Viking. So I'll do that after a quick break. Yeah, break time is over, so I'll start with a Vekoma Junior coaster called Flying Viking. 5-minute wait, yeah, I'll take that. Entrance is over here. So it's a ride on Flying Viking. I had a row 8 ride on Flying Viking. It's a junior coaster. Pretty fun. The helixes aren't bad at all. And yeah, it's good for what it is. It's a smooth ride. So 2 more coasters left to do. One is a more spinning coaster and the other is a wooden coaster, which I remember not being that great last time. So I'll give it another try. So I'll do the spinning coasters up first. That is, I think Spider is the name, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna go check it out though. Alright, here's the more spinning coaster. I remember this being the toughest credit for me to get, besides Underground, of course, that didn't open. But yeah, this is the toughest credit for me to get last time because I came over here, weird misting rain came in, shut down the ride for about 20 minutes. Then they tested, ride reopened, more misting rain came in, shut down again, and finally opened and had a little window between the misting rain to be able to ride this. The line doesn't look too bad right now, so I'm gonna have a ride on it. And it is actually called Phoenix. Spider, I am thinking of Lagoon, which is in Utah. That was also more a spinning coaster called Spider. And this one is Phoenix. A cute little train going around the park here. Definitely have to have a ride on that before I head out.
I got stuck. What'd he do? Wait. Uh-oh, what's that Adventureland got stuck? Uh-oh, what's that Adventureland got stuck? Uh-oh. Wait, he just wait, yeah? Uh-oh, what's that Adventureland got stuck?
There's no one on it.
I think it's Maybe have to do maybe they have to do something. There's nobody on. If they ever get stuck in it's late. There's nobody on. They walk this way, that's trying to get stuck that way. What is that?
This is crazy. It's been like, it doesn't stay still the whole time. See those people that come great? That's perfect.
Nice, that was a nice ride on Phoenix, more spinning coaster. Right up actually had to kind of cross my ankles there on the loading process, which actually made it even more comfortable. So yeah, these are enjoyable rides. I like the facing out. You actually feel like you get more spinning than the other types of coasters. I forget the make of the other types of coasters where the seating is facing inward. I'll have to look up who the manufacturer is on those. Yeah, it's just an enjoyable ride. Phoenix. There's one more coaster left to do, and that is Outlaw. As I said, I don't remember that being very good last time, and Tornado was much better. But I'll give Outlaw another try anyway. And on the way to Outlaw, I can't resist a Scrambler when I do have a bit of time, so have a quick ride on this. Oh, nice ride on Scrambler. There's always seems to be a screamer every time I ride one of those. I enjoyed it. She seemed fine afterwards, so all is good. All right, now I'm going to continue heading back to Outlaw, which if I recall correctly is in the far back of the park here. I made it to Outlaw Gulch, and here is a CCI called Outlaw. So I'm going to have a ride on this. Hopefully it's not as bad as I remember it last time. I remember being much worse than Tornado and actually pretty rough. But we'll see. I'll give it another try. This is a CCI wooden coaster built 1993. Remember being a compact layout, pretty short, but also pretty bumpy and rough. But yeah, have a go on it anyway. Well, that was row 2 on Outlaw, and that's definitely as rough as I remember. First drop is okay. The rest of the ride, ouch. Very bumpy, and you do get thrown into the turns quite a bit. This is a very compact layout. I don't think I've seen a wooden coaster with a compact layout like this, unless it's like a family or kiddie coaster, which this is not. Yeah, unless it gets like retracked, reprofiled, probably will not be riding it again. No, thank you, Outlaw. So I'm headed back to Monster for a few more rides instead, which is a much better coaster. Here you got kind of a, I would say rapids rides, but it really is just a slide down here to a splashdown. Sawmill Splash is what it's called. No thanks. Water park also looks pretty full. It's a fairly warm day, but the cloud cover has definitely helped. It's just a bit humid out. Anyway, a couple more rides on Monster, and then I'll probably start heading out of here. I think I'll still want to do the wave swinger and a ride on the train as well before heading out. And by the turnaround here for Tornado, there's some footers here. Curious. If anybody knew what this was, comment down below. Oh, I should have just tried this. Oh man, missed out. And I'm back for more Gerstlauer goodness. Thought at least one more ride on Monster, maybe two, if there's time.
Kill me.
Oh my god!
That was ride number 4 on Monster, front row again. Amazing hang time on this. This is such a fun ride. I have to say, it's probably one of my favorite infinity coasters. I think maybe Shellraiser at American Dream Mall I thought was a little bit better. Tomorrow I'll be riding, I think it's called SpongeBob at Mall of America, which is also a infinity coaster, I think. I'll have to look it up, but yeah, Monster is just a fantastic ride. Definitely the best coaster here by far. So I think that'll actually be my last ride on this today. The line did get a little bit longer. It's down into the cattle pens. And actually ended up waiting about 25 minutes for it. So if I want to squeeze in a train ride as well as a wave swinger ride, which I do, then I'm gonna have to leave this for now. I'm sure I'll be coming back later in the future. Because I do love this park, as well as Lost Island, so definitely will be doing the Iowa parks again in the future. So for now, goodbye Monster. Until next time. It is wave swinger time. It's the ride on the wave swinger. Rockin Rainbow is a Zamperla wave swinger. Actually, I was getting pretty uncomfortably close to the other chairs on the ride. I could have reached out and grabbed the other one. But yeah, still a fun ride. Just had to have a ride on that. And then yeah, we're going to go find the train, which I think is at the front of the park. If not, I'll try to locate it and have a quick ride on that before heading on out of here. How about another stroll down Main Street, USA? Alright, it's time for a ride on the Adventureland Railroad. Yeah, do we get to go through the Grand Canyon and Primeval World? Let's find out.
Sit back, relax, and take a trip down memory lane. Generations of Iowans have made countless memories at the home of Iowa's best thrills. But long before roller coasters and water slides graced the landscape, the land that Adventureland now calls home was the stage for a different kind of adventure. Iowa's first municipal airport took flight here in the 1920s. Aviator Charles Lindbergh visited this site to dedicate the airport in 1927. But in just 6 years, the airport was abandoned when the current airport was built in Des Moines. Fast forward to 1971, Des Moines businessman Jack Krantz had a vision for a theme park in central Iowa. Choosing the suburb of Altoona for its visibility from Interstates 80 and 35, Adventureland Resort was born. The dream started with a pig. Not a real pig, but a large fiberglass pig that Krantz found while traveling home from a trip to Minnesota. The large purple pig had a food stand inside and sat along a highway near Manly, Iowa. The idea of having his children sell concessions out of the roadside attraction quickly grew into what is now Adventureland. The pig remains as a landmark near the Storm Chaser. Plans for Adventureland were announced in the spring of 1971. A large campground and hotel were built first. Adventureland Inn opened on Saturday, June 23, 1973. August 16, 1974. From the silly silo and queen to trolleys, the log ride, and a flagging Main Street, Adventureland quickly became a beloved destination in Iowa. Over the years, Adventureland has continued to grow and evolve, introducing new rides, shows, and experiences that have captured the hearts of visitors now that delayed the park's opening 4 years earlier.
Tornado.
Adventureland became as much a part of Iowa as corn and hogs. Investments into the resort included additions to the park. Additions in 2010 and 2012 created a full-scale water park, featuring more than 24 water slides, Iowa's longest lazy river, and the largest wave pool in the state. The latest investment into the park came in 2023 with the addition of 2 rides at once, and an abandoned mine Adventureland was built right behind the historical displays scattered throughout.
That was a nice ride there on the Adventureland train, the A train. Nice learning about the history of the park. And the train kind of went around over by Phoenix and then by the lake around there and just kind of doubled back along the same layout. But yeah, it was a nice little ride. Glad I was actually able to do it this time. Last time I just kind of focused mostly on the coasters. The next one's ready to go. So yeah, I think I'm gonna head on out of here a little bit early. I think it's a couple hours before the park closes. I'm gonna check out the merch shops. I did get a tornado shirt last time. But I might get something else as well. Yeah, had a great day here at Adventureland. The weather did hold up. There were no rain delays today like on my last visit. I got 4 rides on Monster, multiple rides on Tornado, got the other coasters except for the free spin that I did not want to ride. It was nice to get a new credit there with Underground. Just ended up being a great day here. So with that, thanks so much guys for watching as always. Up next tomorrow for me is gonna be Mall of America and Valley Fair, both in the Minneapolis area, which is about 3.5, 4-hour drive from here. So I'm gonna get started on that a little bit early, get a little bit of extra rest tonight for tomorrow. So that'll be in the next vlog. So with that, signing off from Main Street, USA here in Iowa, Adventureland. Take care, guys. Found him.